This disc review is brought to you by Mint Discs. For more information about their first release, the Alpha, go to mintdiscs.com. What's up, everybody? Welcome to my review of the Mint Discs Alpha. Brand new driver from a brand new company. Big thank you to Mint Discs for sponsoring this review. I reached out to them, saw their interview on Smashbox talking about the Alpha and their new company. I reached out to them before Smashbox was even over. They were on the way. They had no problem at all. Hooked me up with both of these in two different plastic types to test and review, and I really appreciate it. Stay tuned. I'll most likely be doing a giveaway for at least one of these in the near future, but I appreciate them hooking me up with these to test and review, and I'm always happy to be able to spread the word about a new company out there in the market. So let's take a look at them. We have the Apex plastic Alpha. I like the stamp on this one quite a bit. I feel like I like this one a little better. I like the feel of it a little better. I like the way it looks. They're both great. But yeah, I dig this one for sure. And you can see it has Power Fairway, Apex plastic. We'll talk about the rest of that in just a second. Mint discs, and this one is in the Eternal plastic. So it's more of a translucent, kind of extra durable plastic type. This one has a little bit less of a pop top to it than the Apex plastic. You can see it has a little bit of heartbeat to it. But they both feel really good in the hand. This one has a nice grippy feel, but the Eternal plastic is nice and grippy as well. Maybe slightly less, but it's hard to say. And it's really a personal preference thing on which one you like. You'll have to kind of feel both of them and go from there. But generally, if you like the more opaque plastic types, premium plastics, you'll probably dig this one, and vice versa for this one. So let's take a look at this guy so I can give you some more information. So you have that serial number there. This is a really cool idea, and I think you plastic nerds are really going to dig this. So Apex plastic, so the serial number AP for Apex plastic, then it has dash AL01, so that's the Alpha 01, so it's a first run, and then the year it was produced, 2017. Same thing on this one here. So you have the Mint discs, Eternal plastic, so on the serial number, ET for Eternal plastic, then you have the AL for Alpha 01, first run, 2017. So what that allows you to do is find the runs that you like the best. Maybe you really like these first run Apex, it's that little pop top on them, and that's what you're looking for. You can search them out, and you can find them based on that serial number. And as the years go on and they continue to make more of these and do more and more runs, I think that's going to be really beneficial for you to find the ones that you like and be able to stockpile them and all that kind of good stuff. So I think that's a really great idea, and I'm hoping that they stick with it. I'm sure they will, but yeah, it's a really solid idea, and it's a forward-thinking idea, something that's going to be really effective in the future, and I think that's a really great idea that I'm kind of thinking other people are probably going to rip that off eventually. So yeah, this one's got a little bit more pop top to it. Let's take a look at the rim profile. It's got a pretty classic shape to it, nothing too crazy there. See, it's got a little bit of damage from testing, but it seems like it'll be pretty durable stuff for sure. Not too worried about it. And yeah, it's got a nice comfortable feel. Pretty small rim design. I would probably put this at around maybe speed 7 or 8 or so. Definitely fairway driver speed. Maybe a little bit more than that, but it's hard to say. Kind of a traditional depth to it. It's not a terribly shallow or super deep driver, but the rim design and the profile of it feels pretty good in the hand. It feels kind of a classic feel to it. It doesn't have anything too remarkable about it. Just feels nice in the hand, and yeah, good feeling disc and good feeling plastic types for sure. So let's talk about the flight of these. I find them to be pretty overstable for sure. They are considered a power fairway from Mint discs. I think that's spot on. It doesn't mean you have to have a lot of power to throw them, but I do think they're probably a little bit better suited for that. If you're a big power player with a big arm and a lot of arm speed on the tee, I think you're going to really like these for something that you could really rip into and not have to worry about them flipping over on you accidentally whatsoever, and they have a consistent fade at the end of the flight as well. I was seeing quite a bit of fade out of these. I could turn them over and pull them over on Anheuser, and they definitely came all the way out every time. And I actually had Andy out testing with me. He has a bigger arm than me. He was able to throw them pretty much full power without worrying about them flipping over too much at all. He was also throwing them on forehands, and they were flying quite nicely on the forehand. As you know, generally forehands put a little bit more torque, and a little bit more of an overstable disc works better for that. These would be a really nice solid forehand disc as well. So if you're somebody who throws with some more arm speed, forehand, backhand, I think this is a great disc for you to check out for something that's very accurate, extremely consistent, and has a really nice, just dependable flight path to it for sure. If I were to carry these, I would probably use them into a little headwind, maybe more of a hyzer fairway or flex shots so that I can start them turned over and have them come back and fade back at the end of the flight. Quite overstable. Another thing that we noticed during testing is that these will probably layer really well. Like if you got a bunch of them and beat some of them in to have a little bit more stand up and go and still have that dependable finish, and you have a nice fresh one in the bag for your overstable forehand shots, power backhands, hyzers, and that sort of thing. I think this would be a great disc for that. Generally, if you want to layer a disc, it works better if it starts out with some stability and then you can break it in from there. So I really like the Alpha. It's a solid mold. Thanks so much to Mint Discs for sponsoring this review. Thanks to you guys for watching. I will check you later. Cheers.